And it's that time. Oh, I'm Alexander 2222. I'm Alexander, your host, and welcome. Congratulations, you made it through Monday. It is. The water's done. Finicky pot. It's like you gotta listen to it and wait for it. You can't let the thing just go pop and turn off on its own. Otherwise it boils over. Cheap Walmart stuff. What are you gonna do, right? Well, having a little tea tonight. It's too late for coffee. Alright, so it's currently 79 degrees in here. 96% humidity. 9 mile per hour winds. And yeah, it's hot. Let me tell you, it's hot. Sticky. Had a little bit of rain today. You know, nice, gentle rain. That was fine. Need that. Been really dry here lately. So that was good. Shark Week started yesterday. Someone cares, I think. So, you know, there's that. So yeah, what are we gonna talk about today? It's Monday. You know, do you really want to jump into something big, hot, juicy, steak? What? So, this is kind of a weird twist on what I've been thinking. But, so the same but different. Last week, my most popular video was No Culture. A lot of people liked that one. It really made you think. And so I realized, you know, I want to push more of that kind of video. You know, the just explicitly a exact point where you really go, So in that line, it's kind of in the same line of culture in a sense, but more like tradition. So let's say for Thanksgiving, you have, you know, turkey, stuffing, corn, pickled beets, sweet potatoes with marshmallows on top. You know, and then the next person has, you know, they have lasagna, maybe stuffed shells, and, you know, homemade garlic knots, and, you know, maybe, you know, a nice tossed salad with homemade Italian dressing. So those are two things on Thanksgiving. Well, we would say from an American standpoint that, you know, traditionally, you know, the turkey is the thing. You know, that's the thing you do. That's what you eat. You know, so, yeah, especially, you know, depending on, you know, where you come from, depends on what you eat. And, you know, you all have that dish and that tradition. And, you know, it's not really that big of a deal unless you actually think about it. You know, it's like you both have the same tradition, as in you both have something specific every year that you eat. But if I were to go to your house and y'all having Italian food, and I'm used to having, you know, just the good old turkey and whatnot, I'm going to be like, whoa, it's Thanksgiving, you have to have turkey. Now, I'm not really particularly that way, but, you know, I know there are people that are like that. It's like, you know, it's, you have this on this day. You know, there's even people, you know, that they, you know, when I was growing up, I knew a family that, you know, they had a certain meal on every night of the week, which I kind of like some of that stuff. You know, you have a little bit of something to base your life around, you know, a constant. But my question is the question I'm asking is, the tradition is different, but is it fundamentally the same? Now, I understand that you can take this off into, you know, a very broad sense, but, you know, not getting into religious traditions and whatnot. you know, say a town tradition, a regional tradition, uh, you know, is it bad to keep the tradition? Is it bad to change the tradition? You know, typically change is considered bad. But then, you know, you have some cultures that, you know, suppress women, you know, the racism. You have different things that are different in these traditions. You know, some of those should change, yeah. But do other things really matter? You know, in the same sense, when I go to your house and you're having lasagna, I, you know, me personally, I'm going to sit down and go, oh, cool. And I'm going to eat it. Now, when you come over to my house the next year for the holiday, and I'm having turkey and no lasagna, I don't want to hear a peep out of you. Because I eat your lasagna without complaining, you eat my turkey without complaining. You know, how often does that happen that, you know, we expect people, it's like we expect people to respect our ideals, our culture, our traditions, but we don't return the favor. You know, again, where did that come from? And you know, that's where, you know, stepping back and asking fundamentally, is our tradition the same but different? It's like, and this is looking into another subject too, but, you know, say there's, you know, a superhero. You know, his costume is red for 30 years. So, you know, my generation, it's a red costume. The next generation, it goes to blue because red is not acceptable anymore. Or not, it's not that it isn't acceptable, it's just you don't do red anymore. Everybody does blue now. Is it bad to make that character blue when, you know, his costume blue when traditionally it's red? You know, what part of that red costume and tradition is important? Other than that's just what I grew up with. So, obviously, since I grew up with it, that's what you should do. I don't know. That's really hot. Wow. Yeah. I mean, you know, really something to think about. You know, it's the same but different. But is the thing that changed really that important? You know, and then even breaking down into morals, values, and everything. Everything is subjective based on what we were basing everything on. You know, you base morality on a Ten Commandment basis, and that's specific to, you know, any what I say, yeah, you know, any kind of like Christian-based society, quote unquote, is, you know, is going to use the typical Ten Commandments as the basis for morality. But then you go somewhere else, they don't have the Ten Commandments there. So is that bad? Or is that, you know, what defines morality? What defines good and bad? So yeah, just that final thought of a tradition being different but fundamentally the same, based out of the same purpose and same respect. You know, is it really that different from what I'm doing, and why should I demand somebody to respect something that I do while not respect something that they do just because they previously didn't respect mine? If you want me to respect yours, you need to respect mine. It's a two-way street. Something to think about. I know it's heavy for Monday, technically Tuesday morning, but you know, I'll probably kind of follow into some of those, expand on some of those points more this week. We'll see how it goes. So, thank you all for coming. And don't forget that you can go onto YouTube, like and subscribe there. Hit the little dingy bell, and you can get alerts when I put stuff on there. Don't forget that I'm typically here around the same time, unless fate deems it otherwise. So you have a lovely day tomorrow, and I will see you again in the evening.